Hey guys, again it's Lindsay Music for the last segment here of Parking by the Mounting Block, and we've got a saddle on. And again, this is Little Bit. He is a 9-year-old horse who is here for 60 days of work and to learn to be ridden and everything, so we're well past that. But we're excited to finish up this series and show you the finishing stages with the saddle and everything. By now your horse should almost be doing it on his own and setting himself up, and it may have taken a little bit, but you should be proud of yourself if you've gotten to there. So we're gonna go ahead and show you what it looks like with the saddle on and how we can, where we can tap for cues and whatnot, and hopefully you have made some progress with your own horse and we're excited to hear about it. So hold on just a moment. As you can see, he's already starting to go into it. I'm gonna go ahead and set this down and see. He's not going to let us show you much. He says, I already know what to do. So I'm going to ask him to move forward by pointing. Park. So now he's crowding you. So I'm going to push his shoulder out. I tapped his hip, but now I've got his head. I need him to move away. So if you have a horse that's crowding you, this is where the shoulder cue comes in really important. You can ask him to move off of you. I do use some of our lunging skills, which we did not cover in this series. If your horse does not know how to lunge, that's how I send him forward a bit with a point and then give him gentle pressure to stop the movement. So he's now learned to think in the smaller steps rather than such big ones. So he's learned to break up his mind. So this is actually really good for a calming technique for teaching them to think through problems, because he gets really frazzled if you're asking him to think through something that's big. But now that I've given him smaller tasks, he seems to understand and he starts to focus in. So for a horse that's easily distracted and all over the place, something like this is good for them. It gives them something to think about and their mind working, and then it also gives them a task to do, which is really important for your horse. So I'm going to yield him. I'm yielding his hindquarters away from me. I'm going to try and set him up the opposite direction. He keeps wanting to crowd, so I'm going to give him a cue by his eye. So at this point, he doesn't understand why I want him away when I've been asking him to come into me. So I'm going to pick up my stick again here, clarify some more keys. So notice how he's getting a little bit frustrated. That's okay. We're going to just calmly reinforce. So remember, we're teaching him that he necessarily needs to move away from pressure. So the pressure is coming from the stick, or my hand, and he's gotten used to coming into me. So I'm going to reinforce that cue and just let him rest here, because he's getting his cues somewhat confused, and he's starting to come into me. He enjoys that cue. So we're going to go ahead. And he knows exactly what he's supposed to do. So I'm going to point him forward. I love seeing a horse that enjoys the job that you're giving him to do. That is awesome to see. You don't always see it, and At first you saw that he really resented what I was asking him to do. But this does also mean that I need to be able to go back and reinforce some cues moving away from me, not always into me, because this can become a very pushy horse problem. So you want to be able to make sure that they are versatile in coming into you or away from you. Right now I'm giving him the back cue. That is also something we didn't really go over, but your horse should be learning to do. Park. Use my stick now to kind of keep up by his eye. And I'm going to tap his hip. Park. So he shifted his weight. So at this point, I'm going to use my stick, and this is all you should be doing at this point, is reinforcing a cue to help you get more arm over. At this point, you should have him set up so that you can hop on with ease without pulling on him. So this is not perfection, but he understands what I'm asking him to do, and it's important, like I said, to go back and reinforce concepts of moving away from pressure from both sides, whether it's into you or whether it's away from you. Into you can become a really pushy habit, so like I said, always go back and reinforce the moving away from you. So he tends to cling more and be more pushy, and that's fine, and we can work with that, but we also need to be able to reinforce that. You need to be able to move away from me. So understanding that pressure is the thing that they need to move away from, not necessarily me who's standing there or an object that's standing there. They don't necessarily always need to go into it. So he did really well. I'm excited to see his progress in just 5 main sessions. We did practice off camera, so that is, like I said in the last video, just so important and so crucial that you practice, and you don't expect your horse to know something that he clearly doesn't know. So when you practice is when you see the perfection and the hard work shine through, and you start to see them grasping concepts on their own. So thank you again, Complete Equestrian Company and Cassie Springer, for asking me to do this series. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you were able to understand and learn some things. I really enjoyed going through it with you, and I hope to start another series soon. If you'd like to see anything specific, let me know in comments, and I will try and get to that for you. So you guys have a great day, and I really hope you enjoyed this series. Thanks.